Front Row MMA here at FCC, and we're with the new European FCC flyweight champion. Quite frankly, he wanted me to introduce him as the Italian Stallion, but looking at the way the cut of this suit, this guy's got to be a wheeling, dealing, limousine riding, jet plane flying, kid stealing, son of a gun, and Mr. Ric Flair. Better watch out for this boy. Pietro, you know, a 3-round war against a really tough opponent. Are you disappointed you didn't get the finish, or is this the kind of fight you expected?
I didn't expect this kind of fight. I'm really happy that I come close to finishing so many times. So it was like in a strange kind of way. You know, it was like I finished him 5 times in the fight without actually getting the finish. Yeah. You know, the choke was sunk. The knee dropped. I started celebrating when I dropped him with the knee. You know, it was out before he hit the floor, and he hit the floor, and he woke up, and I'm like, oh, here we go.
You know, when you're fighting a guy like this, because again, when the UK promotions bring in these European guys, it's people in the know that know how tough they are. You know, what did you know about this guy before you got in the cage with him?
I mean, I know he's the #1 ranked Bulgarian, but I also know he's their boy. A lot of his fights, he's like one of his recent fights, he fought a guy that was just really durable, but his record wasn't great. It was like, you know, he'd not had his record padded, but he was building him up. I mean, like in professional boxing, you see it all the time. Guys get built up for 20 fights, you know, but some guys do it in the UK and get criticised. But over in Bulgaria, this particular guy, Kichukov, you know, he's had his career well built, and you can see that because I caught him in a lot of stuff and he got out of it. So he's been well schooled, you know, and I have no doubt that it's very risky. You don't see a lot of. I did it with Rani Sahada. No one was stepping up to fight him, and I didn't. It's hard when you're in another country because you don't know the talent. Even though a guy's 4-0, is he 4-0 or is he as good as a guy who's 15-0? Yeah. You know, but you've got to take that risk to find out how good you are. You know the flyweight and the lighter classes, they've really sort of picked up steam over the last 24 months. You know, I got to tell you, it's the only time I'm ever going to hold a belt. You wouldn't be the first. You know, the flyweight division now, you know, certainly European-wise, you got to be somewhere near the top. And no offense to a great promotion like FCC, but surely this is a place to springboard to something greater. Is that the hope in the next few months, next 6 to 12 months? Yeah, to be honest, going as far back as last 18 months, there's never been any favouritism or choice with me. My manager, Jason Tanner, my coach, he says to me, oh, there's an offer coming from Cage Warriors, and I'm like, if it's a good fight, you take it. There was a potential fight on BAM, I was like, all right, let's take it, whatever he thinks is best. And then he was like, oh well, FCC. I kept coming back with new opponents, and so it wasn't a case of, oh, we want to fight an FCC. It was, there's a good opponent, let's take that fight. And you know, it was nice that it's local, but when I'm in there, I don't really see anything other than the opponent, and you know, just having fun in there. So
well, it certainly seems that they bring in opponents for you. You know, you're not fighting sort of, you know, 3-0, you know, flyweights that have just debuted. You know, do you see yourself defending this bad boy a couple of times before inevitably moving on?
No, I don't. I think you know, in the next breath, you're probably not going to see me here again. You know, we had a couple of good offers. I had a really good offer before I went out to Team Alpha Male. You know, funnily enough, it was a day before I flew out, so that couldn't happen. And that was on a big promotion in America. So they don't have to ask me again. They just put something in front of me, and I'll sign away, and I'm ready to go. You know, I'm ready to fight.
Well, you know, it's another trophy for your cabinet then. And behind every great performance, you know, you said you've trained out at Alpha Male. First off, how did that go?
Really well. I really enjoyed it. I went out like 10 weeks before. I didn't even have a fight booked. I just thought I'll go out and test myself. I was training out there with Uriah Faber, Joe Benavidez, TJ Dillashaw, and you know, the first week I got just worked on getting fit, and then just got stuck straight in with the guys, and I think it took my career up to that next level.
Is that definitely something you'll do again?
Yeah, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back when I'm out of fight camp. I'm going to go back when I'm in fight camp. But I'll never leave my roots here. You know, with Jason Tans, he's been there from the start with me, and even though I'm going training with these other top flyweights, I need to spread my wings a little bit and get the sparring in, because it's a bit saturated over here. But I'll always be with Jason's took me from day one, and he knows my game inside out. Tonight, when we was there, he was like, set the knee up, and I just looked at Kichukov and I thought, the knee's coming. And he came.
You know, you're talking about, you know, your ground game and what have you, so, you know, the next time we see you fight, we're expecting sort of the Alpha Male guillotine out of you. Is that going to come?
If I don't gas myself in the first 30 seconds of a triangle like that, maybe it will, but, you know, you've got to pounce on these things when they're there, you know. You know, if you're Uriah Faber watching that fight, he'd probably cover his eyes up, because the few times that I had stuff sunk in and it's like I didn't finish. But it's MMA. You go, you know, I do it for the love of the sport. And
you know, again, another big win. It's still undefeated. Is there anybody that you'd like to give a shout out to? Anybody you'd like to thank that's helped prepare you for this and for the future?
First of all, my mum, she's been helping me with my meals so much recently, you know, and Mr. Dave Rowan out in America putting me up in his house, and all the guys out there, Uriah Faber, me and Joe Benavidez got on really well. I'm getting a flight out next week, Joe. I'm going to come out and spar. I hope you get ready for your fight, you know, with, on the UFC card, and hopefully get on your undercard as well, mate, you know, see how that goes. Jason Tan, all the guys at MMA Academy, my girlfriend, and my sponsors as well. They've been 1010 Taxis, Universal Security, Swinton Leisure, Viamax, and Sandy. And you.
Thank you. Yeah, again, it's a pleasure to watch you fight. We've seen you here a number of times now. If this is going to be the last time you're at FCC, I'd just like to say I'm stealing the title. And thank you very much, Pietro.
Thank you.
Cheers.